Welcome to my channel Daily Bulletin News. Alex ditches Theresa to celebrate his windfall with Kristen, and John and Marlena get the upper hand on Konstantin. Tuesday, May 7, 2024. Today on Days of Our Lives, John and Marlena recount what really happened with Konstantin as he makes a desperate demand of Theresa. Sarah and Xander question Maggie, and Alex can't stay away from Kristen. Xander and Sarah arrive at the Kyriakis mansion with Victoria. With Konstantin at her side, Maggie tells them that Victor's will has cleared probate and his estate will be distributed per his terms. Maggie is sure Alex has heard and is rejoicing as they speak. Konstantin smirks. As Theresa and Alex enjoy breakfast in their apartment, Alex gets a call from Justin. He learns probate's been completed. Upon hanging up, he lets out a slow breath. Victor's estate is more than he imagined, therefore, so is his inheritance. Theresa excitedly gets up to hug him. We're going to be set for life. I mean, you're going to be set for life. Brady comes to the Dimmer mansion to pick up Rachel for school. As they wait for their daughter to get dressed, Kristen muses about allowing Brady more time to spend with her. Brady makes it clear he won't reunite with her in exchange for that. After Kristen needles him about not being in Victor's will, Brady makes it clear he will still make child support payments and accept her visitation terms because she will screw up like she always does. Then he will regain custody of his daughter. Steve comes to John and Marlena's townhouse upon Marlena's invitation. She thinks it's time they let Steve in on their plan. John bristles, thinking they have everything under control. Marlena points out Konstantin is dangerous and John needs backup. Besides, the tension between them is exactly what Con wants. Steve vows to do whatever it takes to make up for what he did to John. At their apartment, Alex wonders what he'll do with his fortune besides buying a mansion, a yacht, a private plane, and tickets to outer space. He has a few ideas, but first, he wants to celebrate with caviar and champagne, sparkling cider for her. He kisses her before he heads out. Alone, Theresa deviously grins as she says they're going to do a lot more than drink bubbly to celebrate. At the Kyriakis mansion, Maggie states she has more money than she needs. Therefore, she will donate the bulk of her inheritance to worthy causes. Konstantin tenses but calls it very generous. Since Victor left them out of his will, Maggie wants to also share the wealth with Beau, Philip, Xander, and Justin. Maggie, no. Konstantin shouts, startling her. Xander accuses Konstantin of wanting the money for himself, but Konstantin points out he signed a prenup. He just wants Maggie to give it a lot of thought. Maggie states that she has, long before Victor died. Xander tells Konstantin it's none of his business. He's just a Johnny-come-lately whom Maggie is marrying to help out. Sarah tries to rein Xander in, but he won't be quiet. Maggie would also like clarification. Konstantin says he loves Maggie's big heart and respects her plan to donate her fortune. He apologizes for overstepping. Maggie is appeased. Konstantin leaves for a walk and Maggie takes a fussy Victoria to the garden. Alone, Sarah tells Xander she was thrown by Konstantin's reaction too. Xander calls him a dangerous conman that even a prenup won't stop. At the townhouse, John explains to Steve that Konstantin turned him into the pawn by using the same card Megan used to brainwash them. He didn't remember anything until it happened in the Black Patch office. After Marlena interrupted them, they realized an agitated John lost time. She guided him through relaxation techniques and took him back to being in his office with Konstantin. He remembered the card made him lose control and that Konstantin wanted him to steal the prenup. They knew it could happen again, so they began preparing John to resist the power of the card. John recalls that when Konstantin again ordered him to steal the prenup, Konstantin set it on fire. Alex saunters into the Kyriakis mansion and starts kissing Kristen in front of Brady. Brady rolls his eyes and leaves to wait for Rachel in the car. Kristen is impressed by Alex's performance, but he says he wasn't acting. However, the reason he came by is for one of Dimmera's best bottles of champagne. However, he'd now rather celebrate his upcoming payday with her. They resume making out. Theresa waits for Alex's return with chilled champagne flutes and an unbuttoned shirt. She texts him to see what's taking so long. Brady comes by and tells her about the show Alex and Kristen just put on in front of him. Theresa deduces they're sleeping together. Brady couldn't care less, but Theresa thinks breaking up with Alex was the biggest mistake of her life. She sheepishly looks at Brady and says, "One of the biggest anyway." Stay tuned and subscribe the channel.